Hi, so this is Dave here, and I've got a nice 20-inch rainbow trout here. We just caught this yesterday, and we're going to fillet it. I'm going to cut it across the backbone, turn it over, cut it across the backbone, and then I'll show you how to fillet it, how to get the skin off. But I think the most important thing before you ever start this kind of stuff is to make sure you have a very sharp knife. So my rule is I always sharpen it before I start anytime. Always resharpen it. Get any kind of good sharpener stone. This one works well. I pull it through, and then I'm going to wash it off just to make sure I don't have any stuff on my blade. So now I'm going to hold the fish, and I'm going to cut it just straight down, right behind the gill here, straight down to the backbone. I'm going to put my thumb here to hold the fish. Going to cut it straight down. I feel the backbone. I'm cutting across. So this piece is loose. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn the blade like this. I'm going to cut it right across the backbone all the way back. So I'm going to start cutting. I'm cutting the bones and everything. I have the blade turned just slightly down. You can hear the bones cutting. Trying to save all the meat as possible, not waste anything. You can start holding this if you want. When you get toward the bottom, you got to be a little careful. Keep it turned down. I'm going to go right through the tail here. Okay, so there's my first slab right there. And I still got bone here, so I'm going to have to try and get this bone off. And when I do, I'm going to tip my blade up and slowly peel that bone off. But I've got the other half of the fish. Turn it over, going to be the same thing. I'm going to turn it down. I'm going to cut straight down. I feel the backbone. I'm going to cut across, make sure I got a clean cut through. I'm going to turn my blade. I'm going to cut it right across the backbone. Lift this up so you don't cut it. Watch you don't cut your hand, but there we go. Ready? Cutting right across here, keeping my blade tipped just a little bit down, trying to save as much meat as possible. Holding the fish. This little bone here is always a pain, so sometimes you want to try and cut it out. It's a pretty stiff bone. Really can get in the way sometime. So sometimes you want to cut it out if you can. There we go. It's a stiff bone there. Okay, I'm going to finish the rest of this here. Keep the blade tipped down just a little bit. Got to get that little fin off of there. I don't want that on. Okay, so lost some of that meat right there. That's okay. It's tail meat. It's not that good anyway. So you got this piece right here, and you're just going to take this. You always have a bag here, just throw it in the bag, use it for fertilizer, and then we're going to get ready to fillet by getting the skin off and getting the bones out.